Hi everyone, it's Janis here with another episode to help you build better daily structure and be in control of your life. When someone mentions work, then many people are showing sad faces because work is something they're not looking forward to. Data shows that at least 7 out of 10 people don't like what they do, and that is not a positive metric to look at. But the fact is that it doesn't have to be that way. The work doesn't just earn us money, but it can be also something that we learn from and even enjoy. One of the reasons people don't like their work is because it creates constant stress with all the things that need to be done. But it's not always employer's responsibility to manage stress and workload for each individual employee. It is often in the hands of employees themselves. Today, we'll take a look at the Bruce Daisley's book called The Joy of Work to learn some tricks and strategies to enjoy our work and get some more things done. So let's dive in. Number 1. Monk-like morning. If you have worked any corporate job, then you might have noticed that some managers lock themselves away for hours every day. Why do they do that? Are they hiding something? Not really. They're simply blocking out all the distractions to do some really productive work. Working productively is one of the best ways to reduce stress, because after you put in some productive work, you'll be completing the things that you have to do. And therefore, there'll be less things to stress about, because the work will be completed on time and with high standards. The best way to achieve great productivity is to create a monk-like routine, where you block out all the distractions until 11 a.m. Your morning is probably your most productive part of the day, and you want to make sure that you don't waste it. It might be easier for your manager to block out all the distractions, as he can just simply close the doors, while you are working in an open space. But you can also use some strategies to reduce distractions, like using headphones for the first part of the day. Number 2, go for a walk. If you're stuck with a creative task, especially one with an approaching deadline, then leaving your desk is probably the last thing that you want to do. But as J.K. Rowling, author of the world-famous Harry Potter books, says, there is nothing like a nighttime stroll to give you ideas. And it turns out that J.K. Rowling's claims about creative benefits on going for a walk are supported by the science. In 2014, a study conducted by Stanford psychologists, participants were asked for creative responses in certain scenarios. After testing participants who either sat still or got up, went for a walk and sat back down, 81% of those who took a stroll were found to be more creative with their answers. Researchers also found that people who went for a walk and then sat down found it easier to focus on their task. Number 3. Hurry anxiety. Nowadays, everyone seems to be in a rush and hurry, using the latest productivity tools just to stay on the top of the game. And the biggest enemy for busy people is rest. They fill up their days with meetings and block out all the time, just to make sure that nothing gets wasted. When people start to worry that they might waste some time here and there, it might be the sign of hurry anxiety. This kind of lifestyle is putting people's body under consistent and ongoing stress that affects their performance and productivity in a negative way. The best way to deal with hurry anxiety is to schedule some time off during your working day to simply do nothing. When you do that, you will let your brain rest and rejuvenate, as well as release stress that has accumulated. This does not mean that you need to sit for 20 minutes. You can simply start by giving yourself a break of 2 to 5 minutes. But during this time, you really need to disconnect and not think about the work. Just relax and let your brain to catch a breath. Number 4, using your productive time wisely. There is a limit of how many hours you can work productively. Author is suggesting to work up to 40 hours a week, putting emphasis on word work. For many people, being at work means working, but that is not true. You work when you're actively engaged in activity that you need to do. The issue for many people is that they use their quality time on unimportant things and then later are struggling to complete the important ones. To make sure that this doesn't happen, we can go back to the first point in this book about creating your ideal monk-like morning routine. Since the time you wake up until 11 a.m., focus your energy only on important things that need to be done that day. Number 5. Social breaks. As we already discussed before, stress is one of the biggest enemies in most workplaces around the world, so it is good to have strategies to deal with it. One such strategy is social breaks that can work as a stress release mechanism for the accumulated stress. Social break means that instead of having a break on your own, you have a break time together with your colleague. For example, you might be working in a call center and you have this raging client who really upsets you. If you keep it inside, then you'll feel bad all day and it will only get worse with the time. But if you speak with your colleague over the break time, then this conversation can release the stress and make you feel better. Just be mindful, you don't want to go to your colleague every time you get a bad call. Then you'll start to become a complainer and nobody will want to have a break time with you. Keep it moderate and support your work colleagues as well when they are in a position to let the steam off. Number 6, laughter. There is a high chance that you were laughing more as a child than you do now. And kids are always joyful and happy. Stress and anger emotions are affecting your productivity and happiness. A great tool to use against these negative feelings is laughter. What's more, laughter has also shown to stimulate creativity. In a recent study at Drexel University, participants were asked to solve various puzzles. Leading up to puzzles, some participants were shown jokes from comedian Robin Williams' stand-up routine, while others approached the puzzle without the laughter. In the end, those who watched Robin Williams were found to show 20% more creativity in solving the puzzles than those who didn't. I hope that these ideas give you some tools to deal with ever-growing stress at work and make you also more productive. Till the next time. If you want to manage your time better, have more structure in your life, and achieve your goals, make sure you check out my time planning application. You can set goals and track progress towards them, create time blocks and build your own daily structure, as well as log your time and measure your performance. Best of all, it's totally free, so press here to check it out right now. I'm working on new videos every day, so be sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next episode.